Hello everyone, my name is Keval Dhanani, a student at Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan Sardar Patel Institute of Technology, and I'm here to talk about a book which I studied under the guidance of Professor VijayaKamble. So these are the contents I'm going to talk about in detail. First of all, which book did I read? The name of the book is You Can Win, authored by Shiv Khera. He is an author, demonstrator, professional orator, and a successful entrepreneur. This book has been translated into 16 languages and sold more than 2 million copies around the world. Now, what was the reason behind selecting this book? Different people like to read different books which suit their personalities and preferences. Some like to read about spirituality, some about politics, some about business, some about fiction, and some about historical past. Despite this varied diversity in the reading habits of the people, there are many book readers who love to read on the subject called self help, and I'm one of them. I searched for good self help books from Indian authors and found out this book. It was an international bestseller and had great reviews on Goodreads, so decided to read it. I started reading the book and found it quite interesting. Winners don't do different things, they do things differently. This book is all about doing things differently. There are lots of ideas in this book that you can apply to your daily life to ensure your success. Winners have some qualities and traits which help them to win. In lesson 1, Importance of Attitude, the author talks about building a positive attitude. The foundation of success, regardless of your chosen field, is attitude. Your attitude determines you are a winner in your life. The greatest discovery of this generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. There's a great story of David and Goliath. There was a giant who was bullying and harassing the children in the village. One day, a 17-year-old shepherd boy came to visit his brothers and asked, "Why don't you stand up and fight the giant?" The brothers were terrified and they replied, "Don't you see he's too big to hit?" But David said, "No, he's too big to miss," and the rest is the history. We all know what happened. David killed the giant with a sling. Same giant, different perspectives. People with negative attitudes will blame the whole world, their parents, the teachers, economy, and the government for their failures. You just need to get away from the past, dust yourself off, and get back into the mainstream. In chapter 2, the author discusses all about winning strategies. The author says that success is not an accident, it is the result of our attitudes, and our attitudes is our choice. Hence, success is a matter of choice and not chance. To some people, success might mean wealth. To some, it may mean recognition, good health, good family, happiness, satisfaction, and peace of mind. What this really tells us is that success is subjective. It can mean different things to different people. In lesson 3, motivation, the author discusses about motivation and how to motivate yourself and others. He says in order to inspire people, we need to motivate them. We need to understand their needs and their wants. There's a direct correlation between motivation and productivity. People who just do things to get by so they get don't get fired from their job will never be valuable for any organization. Inspiration is changing the thinking, and motivation is changing the action. Life becomes more meaningful and fulfilling if we have a motivation to complete our goals. And motivation can be external or internal. In lesson 4, self esteem, the author describes how to build positive self esteem. Self esteem is the way we feel about ourselves. When we feel good within, our performance goes up, our relationship improves both at work and at home. The world looks nicer. Why? There is a correlation between feeling and behavior. In lesson 5, interpersonal skills, the author talks about building a pleasing personality. A pleasing personality is easy to perceive but hard to describe. A pleasing personality is a combination of a person's attitude, behavior, and expressions. Person's knowledge is more important than a product's knowledge. Successful people build pleasing and magnetic personalities, which makes them charmistic all over the world. We find that we don't have business problems, we have people problems. Once we solve the people problems, business problems automatically get solved. Ego is the interference and unhealthy pride that gives in arrogance. Healthy pride is an awareness of the pleasure of talent with shyness. In lesson 6, subconscious mind and habits, the author discusses about forming positive habits. Our conscious mind has the ability to think and it accepts or rejects, but the subconscious mind only accepts. It makes no distinction regarding input. If we feed our mind with thoughts of fear, doubt, and hate, the auto suggestions will activate and translate those things into reality. The subconscious is the data bank. Of the two, the subconscious is more powerful. The subconscious can be thought of an automobile, while the conscious mind can be thought of a driver. The power is in the automobile, but the control is with the driver. The subconscious mind can work for or against us. It is not rational. Lesson 7, Goal Setting. The author talks about setting and achieving a goal. Many people often find themselves wishing they are happy, successful, wealthy, and so on. These are important goals that can enhance the quality of one's life. One needs to have a proper plan in order to achieve those goals. The objective of goal setting is to present yourself with a framework of opportunities along with the necessary planning required to pursue your opportunities. Goals must be balanced for family, finance, health, mental health, and spirituality. Many people try to avoid setting goals due to lack of spirit, low self esteem, fear of rejection, or defeat. In lesson 8, Values and Vision, the author talks about doing the right things for right reasons. Values and virtues are not transmitted, but they are learned. We need to get our priorities right if we are to influence the next generation positively. Money is not the payoff for every kind of work. Family brings up the child with no paychecks in the brain. Hard work teaches a person the value of the money. Value and ethics are not only described for the right times but also to get your through the wrong times. Most choices are not ethical choices. Ethical choices reflect an objective choice between right and the wrong. Money can buy you amusement but not happiness, medicine but not health, books but not wisdom, and a clock but no time. And thank you.